Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Renfty Arsenal back with another video. As you see, we're back on Dueling Book today with a deck profile for you guys, as we'll be showcasing my Horus Orcust Runick deck profile for you guys. But before we get into it, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe to your friends about us. Got time recording this video. We have over 400 subscribers, trying to get to 500, 600, etc. As every 100 subscribers is a subscriber giveaway on this channel. Also, all the content on this channel is voted on by you, yes, you, the viewers and the subscribers. So without further ado, let's get right into it. As you can see, it's a 40 card build, and we'll be doing this by packages and engines just so we can keep everything simple and clarified for you guys. Starting off with the Orcust engine, we're playing triple Gearsu, triple Orcust Nightmare, one simple skeleton, one harp horror, one world wand, one orchestrated return, and one Orcust crescendo. Gearsu is the best normal summon we can have in the deck, as by himself he can generate an IP Masquerena, a Galatea, and a Crescendo, as well as being a Foolish Burial for all of our Orcust cards. Orcust Nightmare is the second best Orcust in the deck, as if it is sent to the graveyard, it's in the graveyard, you can simply banish it in the graveyard, target one face-up monster on the field, and send any dark machine from your deck to graveyard. This can even include Gizmek Orochi, but basically what you can simply do is banish himself, dump Harp Horror, to then Harp Horror banish himself to go for Gearsu. Gearsu can then either dump your simple skeleton or your world wand, and boom, you're right there alone. You have Galatea, full combo, you're there. Return is basically a way to fix our hands but also keep our hand replenished by simply sending a Orcust or World Elixir monster from our field or our hand to graveyard to draw 2 cards. And Crescendo is basically our first turn hard negation setup with Galatea. Then moving on to our Horus package, this is pretty standard. We're playing triple Imp City. This is basically our starter for the package. You can simply dump himself plus another card in your hand to then search for your King Sarcophagus and then draw 1 card. So it's basically by himself and engage in a sense. Then he has a nice little neat effect when he's on the board and when your other cards leave the field by our opponent's card effect, you're allowed to send one other card on the field to the graveyard. So it's basically like a mini Gearsu in that sense. Then Happy, it's another extender off of the King Sarcophagus, but basically has another neat ability just like with MCD, where if another card on your side of the field leaves the field by opponent's card effect, you can then target 2 cards, whether they're banished or in the graveyard, either add them both to the hand or shuffle them both back into the deck, which comes up a lot and people do not know about that effect. The King Sarcophagus we basically already covered, but it basically gives all your Horus monsters protection from destruction by card effects, and also up to 4 times per turn you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to send any Horus monster from your deck to the graveyard. So basically this can help you fix your hands as well if you have way too many Orcust cards in hand or happen to have maybe a Happy or MCD in hand that you don't want in your hand. And then our final package before we get to the Runick portion, these are basically other starters or extenders we have in the deck, where we have Armageddon Knight, who is simply a weaker version of Gearsu, and Gizmek Orochi is basically just a level 8 extender in the deck. And you just simply have to banish 8 from top of your deck, summon them out for free in that case. And then Foolish Burial is just simply Armageddon Knight and Gearsu without legs. Now moving to our Runick package, this is pretty standard for people who are familiar with Runicks, but we're playing basically 3 of the good ones, 2 of an okay one, and then 1 of a bad one with 2 fountains. So we're basically playing triple Destruction. This is basically like MST for the deck. Triple Freezing Curses. This is basically like your Forbidden Chalice or your Infinite Impermanence. Triple Slumber. This is basically for battle protection or card destruction protection. Triple Flashing Fire. This is basically like a Regeki break for special monsters. And then Triple Tip searches for all of your Runicks. 2 Dispelling. It more so interacts with your opponent's hand, as if they add a card to their hand, whether they draw, search, etc. As long as it's not in the battle phase, you can discard 1 card from their hand, banish 2 cards from the top of their deck. And then finally, before we get to Fountain, we have the 1 Smiting Storm. Then finally we have double Fountain to wrap up the whole entire Runick package. Now moving on to our extra deck, this is work in progress, but this is what I've been using most commonly, so this is why I have these here. Starting off with the links, we're playing 1 SP Little Knight. This is pretty standard for almost every single extra deck now at this point in time. If I could play 2 of it, if I can afford 2 of it, I would play 2 of it just for this deck specifically, because you go through the first one like super easily. Like I was saying earlier with the Gearsu combo, where you end on IP plus Galatea plus Crescendo, that already goes to your first SP Little Knight, and then you should have a second one like as far as a backup to use after that. And then we have the 1 Link Karibo for the Gearsu, because when you generate the tokens with him, you have to turn yours into Link Ribble to actually go into Galatea, because Galatea requires 2 effect monsters. And then we have IP Masquerade, like I explained before, for the first turn combo. Double Galatea, there's an argument to also play Long Gearsu, but for me personally, I just don't really like him that much in this build. Like maybe if I was just playing the Orcust Horus without the runic stuff, then maybe, but for this one without the babble and everything, then no, I probably wouldn't play it in this one. Then moving to XYZ, start off with the Gearsu, gotta play 2 of this. This card is amazing and it's perfect for this deck. First and foremost, when he special summon, he either can non-target send 1 card from the field to the graveyard, or he can attach one of your banished machine monsters from the banish pile back to him. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be an Orcust card. And then on top of that, or on top of all of that, while he has material, if a card on your side will be destroyed, or cards on your side will be attempted to be destroyed by battle card effect, you can simply just attach one from him to protect them. And then we play the 1 Photon Lord. Honestly, I know it's expensive. I know it's a very expensive card, guys, but if you're going to play Horus, you have to play this card. Because if you're able to just set up King Sarcophagus with 2 of your Horus monsters in the graveyard, bring both of them out, this immediately is already protection from a hand trap. So you have to play this card, I'm sorry. And then also, if you're playing Horus Orcust, you have to play Zombie Vampire. The one where I'm iffy on is the Star Slayer, but it came up in testing sometimes where it's like, yeah, I break my opponent's board, you still have a little stuff left. You slap down Star Slayer, probably bounce a monster, and then you still have the runic stuff to play with, so you're not necessarily dead in the water. Then move on to the Synchro package. Yes, there is a Synchro package. We're playing 1 Coral Dragon and 1 Baron de Fleur, because it came up a couple times when I was testing, just playing around with the deck, where if you have Gearsu and you have 2 other cards in this column, he's immediately a tuner. So basically what you would do is you would normal summon Gearsu, and then the column below him immediately activate a runic spell to summon out a Hugin or a Jerry, in this case a Hugin. So you would then dump, obviously on resolution, dump your whatever Orcust you wanted from deck to graveyard. And then on resolution, since there were 2 cards in his column when the effect was activated and he was summoned, he's a tuner now. So then if you have another runic spell in hand, or maybe a discard plus a runic spell, you can then do Hugin, discard a card, get your Fountain, then activate Fountain, and then you can immediately go Synchro Summon using the Gearsu and the Hugin into your Coral Dragon. And now use the second runic spell to summon out a Jerry, which would then trigger the Fountain because you have 2 quick plays in graveyard, put them back to the bottom of the deck, draw 2 cards. Then you can synchro the Coral Dragon and the Jerry into Baron, and you draw a card. So basically, if you have Gearsu, 2 quick plays and a discard, that's already Baron plus Fountain and a draw 3. So yeah, it's a roundabout way, but it's something that does come up sometimes in this deck. And then finally, we have the Runic Fusions, 2 Hugin and 1 Jerry. If I had space for the level 9, I would play it, but I don't have the space right now. Like I said, I'm still working on the extra deck. It's not a perfect fit right now, but if I could, I would. And then if I had the space, I'll probably put the life point gain fusion in the extra deck, and the side deck rather. Then moving to the side deck, this is not necessarily the side deck for this deck. It's just some ideas I was thinking about. I was thinking about possibly making this a 50 card build where it would be Horus, Bestial, Runic, Orcust. Sounds like a lot, it's crazy. But the idea is you would still use the same package from my other deck profile with the Assault Safe Ground plus Labellion, which would basically get you into Dispatter plus Baron plus Brand Regain with just those 2 cards, and you have 3 other cards to hand. And if you have a way to maybe an MCD and a Orcust card, it still allows you to go then into your Photon Lure. So you have Photon Lure plus the 2 Synchros, and it's a big wombo combo crazy mess I was thinking about. I just have to put it into testing and see if something can work out. But if you guys would be interested in something like that, or a deck profile for that, or a combo story for that, please let me know in the comment section below. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for the deck profile. If you guys want to possibly see a combo tutorial, maybe test hands, or even see, or again, if you just want to see the Bestial, Horus, Runic, Orcust deck profile, man, it's a mouthful. Let me know in the comment section below. But it's going to be Ramsey Marshall signing out. Peace and have a great day.